הנה מה טוב ומה נעים שבר אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב we pray, completely. Shelter us with love so sweetly. Tonight, please fight the dangers from our eyes. Please, God, protect me from sorrow. Ufros aleinu, sukat shlomecha, ushmor tzeitenu
עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני העם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה.
Be the light inside the darkness, be the hope, burning bright into the night, be the voice, for those who cannot raise it, be the one who leads the way through the world's darkest days, be the light. Be the light, be the light. When days feel long and all that's left inside you, the miracle of change begins with sparks of light we find within that shine. If we come close together, we will see a people strong, ashamed to transform darkness into light, to lead with love instead of fight. We shine. We shine. Be the light. Be the light inside the darkness. Be the hope, burning bright into the night. Be the voice for those who cannot raise. Be the one who leads the way through the world's darkest day. Be the light. Be the light. Be the light.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Let's just sing with some singing. We start with a psalm that says how good it is that we're all here together. Nice to see y'all. And let's get going.
We're gonna sing with
Page
some
10,
singing.
if you're interested in the words. See doors underneath your seat.
Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Again. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is to
be together on this day. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is
to be together on this day. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. Shalom aleichem, salam aleikum. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is to
be together on this day. How good it is.
How good it is.
How sweet it is.
How sweet it is to
be together on this day. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad.
Welcome to Temple Emanuel for our Simply Shabbat. Here we have some candles for Shabbat. And I'd like to invite our bat mitzvah for tomorrow. Shelby Rosenmayer, please come up, and her dad, Michael, and brother, Zach. One more. There we go. You need a rabbinic degree. There we go.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Give me the elbow. Thank you. Give me the elbow. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So as we continue on, we go to page 24 for Shalom Aleichem. You know, there's this idea that when these candles are lit, when the candles are lit in the homes of Israel, there are these two angels. It's kind of like, you know, there's the good and the bad angel, each one sitting on your shoulder, but might say it's Yetzer Tov, Yetzer Ra. So you have these two angels, they fly all around and they look in all the homes of the Jewish people. And if the candles are lit, like here, they say, may all the homes in Israel be like this one. And if they're not, they say the same thing. I'm not going to repeat that one because it's bad luck. no one knows they shouldn't call you on, in the middle of Shabbat services. And so we hope that as the angels come by and they look in our windows, they say, may all the houses of Israel be just like this one. Shalom Aleichem. 24.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruchuni L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Zeitchem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
So as the service begins, we come from the outside world. We come from a week that for many of us has been hectic. Some it hasn't been so, but we go through like the pros of our week. And we come into Shabbat, we start singing, we light the candles, and our bodies have started to calm a little bit. And this moment right now, this is truly one of my favorite moments of the week, which is when we stop for a second and we look at what happened to us this week. And we think about the things we want to kind of keep with us, and we think about the things we want to just disregard. And so we take time now, just if you'd like to close your eyes, think about what happened to you each day of the week. If you're like me, you might not be able to remember where you were last Saturday evening, but just try, right? And the way I think of it is, if there's a moment of the week that comes into your head when you start thinking about it, then that moment must have been significant, so kind of stay with it a little bit. But let's go through our week, think about what happened, think about what you'd like to keep in, what you'd like to discard, and we'll come back together and welcome Shabbat again with L'Chadodi. So let's take a moment now for Chazarat HaShavua, a review of the week. We continue to welcome Shabbat with L'Chadodi. It's found on page 20.
L'Chadodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat, mekabela. L'Chadodi, likrat kala, penei Shabbat nekabela lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela hitoreri kiva orech umiori uri uri shitaveri kevod Adonai alayich nikla lecha dodi lekrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela
And face the entrance as we welcome the Sabbath bride into our space.
Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha u'sohola toch emunei am segula boi chala
Please stay standing as we turn to page 28 for our call to worship, the Baruch Hu.
Yai lai lai, yai lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai yai lai yai lai lai yai lai yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai yai lai 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 yai lai yai lai 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 lai, yai lai 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 lai. Barechu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed.
You may be seated. As we move to page 34 and 35, we turn to the Shema. And this is that moment, if you know the words, then you just close your eyes and you kind of feel what's around you. Try to feel your body and your heartbeat. Try to feel the energy of the people around you. But in reality, what we're feeling is our connection to everything. So as we sing the Shema, we try to tie ourselves to the oneness of the universe and that which binds us all together.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Baruch Shem Kavod, Malachuto, Leolam Vaed. We continue on page 40 as we sing that song the Israelites sang as they got to the other side of the Sea of Reeds and were safe. I love that picture on the screen there.
Thank you.
Micha Mocha.
Found it myself. I don't know. Yai, lai, yai, la, lai, la, 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 la. Yai, lai, lai, ya, lai, la, 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 la. Ya, lai, la, lai, ya, lai, la, 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 la. Yai, lai, 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 ya, la, 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 la. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nehedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot osef eleh, Nora tehilot osef eleh. Malechutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei hayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam. Ze Eli anu ve'amru, Ze Eli anu ve'amru, Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed.
We turn now to page 42. You know, the nighttime can be scary. The nighttime is a time when sometimes our thoughts just kind of start to float around our heads and they can cause fear and they can cause anxiety. And so we sing the Hashkivenu prayer to ask that when we go to sleep tonight that we have a peaceful rest. Some of us might have a bat mitzvah tomorrow. They really do need a peaceful rest tonight. But even for the rest of us to feel just a little more peaceful as we go to sleep would be extremely helpful as we get up each morning to go through our days. Hashkivenu, page 42.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shoreinu lechayim, lechayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu lechayim, lechayim. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha, v'taknenu be'etza tova milfanecha, v'hoshienu leman shemecha.
We've now reached the central portion of our service, our own personal prayers. On page 46, we begin with a line that says, open my lips and let me declare whatever is inside of my heart, really. And then we'll go on. We'll ask you to rise. We'll rise. We'll sing that line together, and then you can go through the prayers in the book to about page 66, 64, 62, around there. And when you're done with the prayers that are in the prayer book, or prayers from your heart, and you may be seated, and when we're all seated, it is actually 62. When we're seated, we'll continue with the service, and we'll just, guess when people are seated at home. So please rise for the Amidah, page 46, Adonai Tzvatai Tiftach.
Sefatai tiftach ufi agid tehilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agid tehilatecha.
As we move forward in the service, we turn to page 253. And we take time in every service to think about those people we love and care about who are in need of healing. And so we'll sing the first half of this blessing. And then I have a list of names, a very long list of names of people that are suffering. And then I'll come around and I'd like you to call out the names of the people that you here in this room are thinking about tonight because they're in need of healing. We'll look online to see the names that are there. We'll gather all these names and then take them all into our hearts and pray on behalf of all the names called. Misha Berach. Barad, Avraham Lev Ben Shoshana, Chaim Berg, Jean-Claude Berthet, Shirley Block, Shalom Bluestein, Bernard Birnbaum, Lester Boxer, Leo Carlin, Eitan Chaim and Woody Clark, Joseph Cohen, Tamara Devereux, Patty Goodman, Andy Hale, Helene Hale, Lori Haynes, Dora Kamara, Sis Klein, Russell Kunk, Ira Loffer, Marissa Bat Yaakov Reuven, Verivka Adina, Daniel Papp, Ariel Pepper, Merle Prop, Rachel Bat Chana V'Chaim, Chaya Rachel Bat Karmi Adina, Harav Aharona Bat Tzvia V'Yosef, Bud Reinfeld, Warren Roston, Ruth Schwartz, Leonard Shapiro, Rhoda Sharp, Jolie Simon, David Stein, Paul Vielik, Paula Warner, Sonia Ann Wegge, and Theodore.
Paula Gilbert Dromi and Ellie Goldstein.
Ann Till.
Ala Reisky.
I have a lot of people and I don't know the names, so for everyone that doesn't have somebody to pray for.
Anita Triana, Matthew Heffernan, Mark Heffernan, Lorena Pally, Annette Amee, Sonia Berman, David Williams, Bob Berger, Harav Yisrael Gadal ben Batya, Mindel Ruchel bat Rachel, Chaya Rivka bat Ruth, Dan Spitzer, David and Barry Levy, Catherine Russell, Maria and Joe Davis, Sean Corrigan, Jin Vachusas and Charles Rosenberg, Amy Cohen, Lee Lawson, Rachel Bailey, Amir, Adisa Batsara, and Jaime Hernandez.
Amanda Boyer, Stephen Coonan, Romy Scobin and Alan Scobin, Lynn Sine, Andy and Helene Hale, Lois Lebman, Rita Newman, Audrey and Judith Bennis, Manuel Herrera Jr., Lupe Diaz, the Barbie family, Hazel and Nancy, Ilana Tauber, Stephanie M. Gilbert, Michael Cromiers, Bradley Hurwitz, Gary Guys, Sheldon Weiner, Janice Coopersmith, Faye Freelander, and Linda Rogner, David Kunkel, Thomas Kai, Ellen Metzger, Linda Briskman, Burke Davidson, Dawn Deckenbach, Linda Briskman, Rhoda Passavoy, Mindy Kanaski, and Cece Noodleman, and Geffen Lombardo.
Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say,
Shabbat Shalom. Over the years, at some point or another, I've had a debate with friends of mine and especially my kids about the relationship between beauty and ugliness. And there are those who believe that one cannot understand what is beautiful unless they've seen something that is ugly. I would like to add the caveat that beauty is always in the eye of the beholder, so just kind of keep that in your head for a sec. So I've always been on the side of the argument that says, actually, a sunset is beautiful. A flower is beautiful. A vista of mountains, a mountain range, is beautiful. And when we look at it, we can't help but feel that beauty and be in awe of it. And on the other side, when something is, off, we might say it's disgusting, and we have this negative reaction, and we say, oh, that's something that's ugly. We feel it inside. Now, I do want to caution again that there are many people who might think that something that I think is ugly is beautiful, right? But we have this kind of dichotomy thinking that something is beautiful, something is ugly. We have to know one in order to know the other. And this isn't a perfect example because this is not the actual subject that I do want to talk about, but it gives you this idea and gets you in this mindset that there are things that we believe we have to experience in order to truly experience the other side of the coin. And one of those happens in our Torah portion this evening, or tomorrow morning. In Leviticus 22:29, we have the line, "When you offer a sacrifice of thanksgiving to God, offer it willingly." When you are offering an offering of thanksgiving to God, you offer it willingly. And the commentaries on this verse, actually, they just kind of shocked me as I was looking through it. Because they took this verse, which basically says, be sure to willingly offer a thanksgiving offering, to the idea that only when we know suffering can we know full gratitude. Perhaps it was noticed that some people, when they would bring their Thanksgiving offering, their head wasn't in it because they were suffering. And therefore, they were just kind of bringing it not willingly. And what this is saying is that suffering there should lead you to a place of feeling unbelievable gratitude when you're bringing that Thanksgiving offering in. So here's a commentary from the Katav Sofer, who's a Hungarian rabbi from the 19th century. He says, quote, "If a person survived danger, the person must bring a thanksgiving sacrifice to God for saving him, even though we would have preferred not having to face that danger in the first place. Thus, a thanksgiving sacrifice is not one that a person would like to bring, but in truth, that sounds like a lot of planes going overhead, does it not? Like from World War II or something, they're like prop engines. Thus, when you will offer thanksgiving of God, accept gratefully and joyfully whatever you experienced, so that you will offer it willingly." So this dichotomous thinking of does suffering have to lead me to thanksgiving is something that goes in my head a lot, as a matter of fact. And I have ambivalence about this concept. And I'm sorry to say, I don't think I'm going to give you any answers tonight. Tonight is really like, think about this. And think how relevant this is to your experience of life. Do you have to suffer in order to feel gratitude, to feel thankful for being alive? Do I have to suffer from injury or illness or plague or anxiety? And I guess really the big question is, did the pandemic have to happen for me to feel gratitude for the fact that I have a life and a family and people that love me and that I love and my whole situation in the world? Did I need a pandemic for 26 months to get me to feel this gratitude? And I'm sure there are some of you who would say, yeah, actually, the pandemic, and I have heard this from people, the pandemic did help me to be thankful and to be grateful for what I do have. And then there are others that say, no, the pandemic showed me that life is difficult and that there's horrible things that happen. And why should I be grateful for a life that brought me loneliness and pain and confusion and loss? And I get both sides of that. I understand why people would feel one way or the other. Way back at the beginning of the pandemic, you probably don't remember it, but I gave a sermon. Anyone remember the sermon I gave the first week? I guess not. Marilyn, I'm very upset you didn't remember. Anyway, my first sermon way back when, in March of 2020, I said that we'd have to have patience to get through this. I didn't know it was going to be over 2 years. But patience in Hebrew is the word savlanut. And the word savlanut means to live with suffering. That's kind of what patience is, to live with suffering, to get past the suffering, understand that at some point you're going to get past this suffering. So we've shown a lot of patience over the last 26 months, and living with it, it doesn't necessarily cause me to feel grateful, necessarily. But what I do believe, and this is truly the way I try to live my life, I'm not always successful in doing this, by the way, is to try to be grateful all the time for whatever it is that's happening to me in my life, even while I'm suffering in some way. And in a lot of ways, I try to separate the feelings of gratitude and suffering. I mean, in my profession, it would be really difficult not to, because how can you be at one moment with a family who's grieving or with an illness, and then the same day be with a couple who's getting married or having a baby or living something that's joyful? And I have to literally go back and forth sometimes between feeling the suffering of this person and feeling the gratitude of that person. And it's actually happening all at the same time. And for me, suffering and gratitude, pain and happiness, those two things are separate for me. They don't necessarily go together. And each moment is a new moment to feel something, whether it's pain or joy or gratitude or anger or frustration or relation. They're all part of this spectrum of human experience that all of us are going through all the time. So for me, one realm of existence isn't dependent upon another realm of existence. And I can, if I recognize it, feel all of it and move from one to the next, inside of one feeling moment, outside of it, and then inside another feeling moment and outside of that, and relish the entire human experience. And when I say relish it, we're relishing the suffering as well. And that doesn't mean I'm wallowing in it, but it also doesn't mean I'm trying to put it down and have gratitude for that suffering. I just need to take that for what it is and feel it out. And in the gratitude realm, I need to stay in what that is and feel that out. So that's what I think this Torah portion, Torah line actually means. Offer your offering of thanksgiving willingly, and offer the sacrifice of well-being willingly, and offer the burnt offering willingly, and offer the sin offering willingly, and do it all willingly. All of it is done with a whole heart, with everything you've got inside of you, because all of our experiences carve out our lives. And we just need to understand that each experience deserves its moment to feel and live. And for me, that's the key to the whole thing. Feel everything. Live through and with everything that happens. And in the end, you've written your story, and it's full of every emotion and every life experience that all of us are actually fortunate to have. Shabbat Shalom. We're going to move now to our concluding prayers. Oh, yes, we have to count the Omer first. I can't believe I forgot that, of all people. The time between Passover, Thanksgiving, I was going to say Thanksgiving, Passover and Shavuot, there are 7 weeks, 49 days, and then the 50th day is Shavuot. And each one of these days is counted because we receive the Torah on Shavuot and we get ourselves ready and excited as we move on. And we move into different realms of spiritual existence as we move through. This week has been Netzach, which is kind of our ambition or our fortitude. I like to think of it as like kind of a combination of ego and id. It's the stuff that makes us do things. And tonight, it is Malchut of Netzach, which is sovereignty within the Netzach. And the way I would say that is own your power. Own your power. as you move through your life. So with that in mind, we count the Omer. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al sfirat haomer. Praise are you, Adonai our God, who makes us holy through mitzvot and commands us to count the Omer. Is this where we are?
Yes.
I don't even know the date today. Hayom shmona ve'esrim yom shehem arba'a shvuot la'omer.
I
get the wrong-
I counted 7 days ahead online. That's okay, because as long as you have it
As
right.
long as I say it right, yeah. Today is the 28th day of the Omer, which is 4 weeks of the Omer. Now we turn to page 282, and please rise for Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינת עוזו בגובהי מרמים, הוא אלוהינו אינו, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
At this time, we turn to Kaddish Yatom on page 294. And we recall those members of our congregational family who have died in the last month, whose families are observing Shloshim. The families of Jerry Behrens and Rosalie Geller, the mother of Rabbi Laura Geller. And we also recall those that have died at this season in years past. We especially remember Jackson Alberts and Ella Weisberg. I'd like to ask if there's anyone here observing Shloshim or a yahrzeit or in the first year of the death of a loved one. If you'd please stand, and as I bring the mic to you, please tell us who you're here to say Kaddish for.
My father, Clement Franco.
My niece's husband, Gerardo Jan.
And you can look on the screen and you can see those names of all of those that have died at this season in years past, whose yahrzeits occur on this Shabbat. And we take all of the names we've heard and seen this evening into our own hearts. But we also say Kaddish Yatom for those that have known to say it for them. And we say it for those that have been lost in the Holocaust, due to COVID-19, due to the violence in recent times. And is there any online names to name?
Marcel Nimny, Eric Gross and Miriam Metzger, Golda Chernowski, Jean Sear and Jay Sear, and Larry Stemple.
So we take all of them into our hearts. Let us rise together and say Kaddish Yatom.
Joan Weinstock, Mike Villalapondo, Joe Triana and Joey T, Julia Fairfax, and Todd Matzner.
Together. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah. Be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei. B'chayachon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudashah b'richu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbachata, v'nechemata, damiran bi'alma, v'imru, amen. Yehi Shalom Rabba min Shemaya. V'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom b'imrumav. Hu yaseh Shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol Yoshvei Tevel. V'imru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring harmony down to our planet and between all of us. And we say,
Amen.
Amen. You may be seated. And now the Cantor has announcements.
Join us tomorrow morning. Many of us will be at a bat mitzvah tomorrow morning. But if you're not, then please join at the Roe versus Wade We Won't Go Back walk. And one of our amazing teens, Sienna Wolf, is taking names. If you haven't reached out to her, please do if you would like to meet her there. That is that one. The next one, Sunday at 2:30 p.m. at St. Bridget's Church downtown. We have the 1LAIF Public Assembly with Los Angeles city and county public officials and candidates for the upcoming election. I wrote this earlier, but show up. Like, it's important to show up to this.
This is going to really be an opportunity to hear from the candidates that are running for public office right now. So, and they do an excellent job. 1LA is an incredible organization that works with local politicians to make change in Los Angeles. So please join us for that. If you need a ride or something, just be in touch with us and we can work something out.
Absolutely. And then your reward for going to that
is the poker tournament.
Rabbi Aaron might win.
I'm not going to win, but I'm going for the final table. It's not good if the rabbi wins the poker tournament. There's something wrong with that.
Seriously, I had never played poker before, and it's my favorite night. Like,
it is fun.
It's truly.
Everyone loves, by the way, when you play, since you've never played before. It's great.
They have no idea whether I'm good or bad. I don't actually know that either.
Yeah, we do have an idea. We have a small idea.
What do you think? I've made it to the second to last
Incredible.
table. There are only like 4 tables.
I wasn't paying attention to you, but you were doing great.
Okay. You know what I am good at?
Yeah.
Shabbat in the Park.
That you're good at.
Shabbat in the Park is next Saturday. Rabbi Aaron will be holding down the fort here, doing
shall.
Shabbat Morning Emanuel. I will be with Ian, celebrating the upcoming Shavuot revelation of the Torah.
At the
park.
Is he as intense as that picture shows him to be?
You know, I picked that picture because I love that
very
energy.
Intense, yeah.
Ian is wonderful. So if you have little kids, please come. And then, if you have little kids, you should also come to Shabbat Spark. Look at that graphic.
Whoa.
Isn't that crazy? I know, it's very active. Our soul singers will be here. It's our last Shabbat Spark of the year. We have a barbecue at 5:15 p.m. We are honoring our teens. We're doing a special farewell for Rabbi Adam Lutz. A graduate blessing for our graduating seniors.
That's going to be a good night.
I never knew I'd end up on like a thing like that, like a, what's it called? A
poster?
Billboard.
A billboard.
It's a shul billboard. And
that's a shul board.
Oh, yeah, why didn't I not?
Yeah.
Okay, shul billboard. And then last but not least, think about it, Thursdays. You get to hear the two of us talk more.
Here's what it is. We're going to discuss gossip.
Yep.
My favorite subject in the world. And if you have never had this discussion, basically what it turns into in the end is people giving me scenarios to prove to me that that's not gossiping.
Yes.
And I'll tell you right now, it always is. So it's actually quite remarkable to know what the kind of rules are, what you can talk about, what you can't talk about, and we'll go through all of it. I have a wonderful person to interview me on that.
Yes.
It's a discussion though, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm excited. Simchas! We need like music to play. Simcha.
He has a piano right in front of him.
Oh.
Forget it.
Forget
it. Thank you. Mazal tov to Lauren and Joshua Kraft. They had a baby. Let's have an awe.
Aww, Liam Reese.
So we want to congratulate the Brucker family.
They're on here. Well, I think they actually brought more people to watch online tonight.
Because they wanted to see this picture.
Because they wanted to see literally this moment, this picture.
I like Josh's hair in that picture.
And another baby.
Shalom Zach
coincidence.
Boren, Liv Ivy Boren. Look at that cute baby right there. That is pretty wonderful. And you see the sisters in the picture in the middle. And
Mazel
then
tov to the
there's Zach.
Mazes.
I'm actually surprised he didn't name his child after one of the Los Angeles Rams. He's like a huge Rams fan, so maybe
Rams
it is.
fan.
I'll have to ask.
And we cannot forget about Shelby's bat mitzvah tomorrow. Mazel
Ta-ta.
tov!
Look at that. There she is. You want to say anything, Shelby? Are you excited? Yeah, let's hear. No, you can't. If you want, is it your bar mitzvah tomorrow? No. Before the service, you told me you didn't know Hebrew. Yeah, okay. It's Shelby's time. Let's thank Shelby for our wonderful morning we're going to have together.
We're super excited. And this last one is just a reminder to send in your simchas. I've seen a lot of, I'm just going to do shout out to Eric Fram, who graduated law school at USC today.
Oh my gosh.
I know. Eric, if you're watching, please send us a picture.
Right, we have to have
so
a
that we
picture.
can make you a great banner.
Yes.
And I just want to say thank you to Bill Schmidt, I say our favorite accompanist, but Bill and Liz work
One of
together.
our favorites.
One of our favorites. And to Margaret in the back, who's also the best.
Yep.
And to Jenny, who is greeting here in person. And to Robert, and to all of
Amos.
our maintenance team, to my dog for keeping me on my toes, and to Tanaz, who's greeting online.
I think we have a final song coming. If you'd like to stand.
Look, you know what it is? This is
If
not
you'd like to
embarrassing.
put your arm next to the person next to you, you have to check with them in COVID times to see if they're willing to do that. You guys are married. You can for like 60 years. You can do that if you'd like.
You'll
So,
see who this
Oseh
Oseh Shalom
Shalom
is by. Let's see, Margaret. Let's get the words up there.
Oh, my favorite one.
Your favorite one. Oseh Shalom Bimromav Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'imeru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel Ve'imeru Amen. Yaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel. Oseh Shalom Bimromav Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael Ve'imeru Amen. Ve'imeru Amen.
Baruch atem b'vorachem, baruch atem b'tzeitchem. You're blessed as you came into this house, and may you be blessed as you go forward. Shabbat Shalom.